When I parked this thing last, I kind of judged it pretty well. Like the gap, that's like how close it is from the front. That's also how close I am to losing it this year. I'm joking. All jokes aside, this car has turned out really well. From bone stock when I got it to Advan AVS Model 5 wheels, some DGR performance coilovers underneath, and a Nismo sports muffler on the back. This car is a weapon and I love it, but it is missing something. The seats are the only thing that's holding it back for me at the moment. You can kind of see here, it's pretty soft, not very much bolstering. Like the sides bolster really well, and that's the best thing about Nissan's seat design, is that the back support is great, but the support down to here is kind of lacking. That is where the aftermarket comes in. We have some Bride Lomax seats to go in. So let's get stuck right into it. So the rails that are on it is Crank Motorsport rails, which are made to fit the Nissan Skyline. So that means there's not really any mishmashing required, and we should be able to get right into it. The only things we're really gonna need is a socket set at this stage. So I'll just grab my plethora of sockets to choose from. I always keep tools in the back of my car just in case if my intercooler piping comes off, I won't be stranded on the side of the road. Let's start with the passenger side and get that out, and then we'll get the driver's side out. So I believe it should be a 14mm for these, and I will double check. 14mm does fit. Let's start with the back. There we go. Come on. This hasn't come out in ages. Come on. Come on. Don't make me get a breaker bar. Fuck. I really should get an extension, I think. Ready. One. Oh, there we go. Just one pump with my non-dominant hand seemed to have worked. I don't know why that is. I use my right more than my left. So once you get all of these loose, we'll just take the chair out and then we can get the new one in. So these are like the guards that make the seat look really Gucci. Also really hard to come by, I think. So I better hold on to these. And once you've removed that, there is another bolt right down there. So let's get that one out too. Okay, come on. Same thing as before. Maybe I have to use my left hand. How is my left hand much stronger than my right hand? There we go. You can go back to this side, continue on that. Now, just as I thought, let's see. Left hand again. Oh, yep. Left hand is proving to be pretty reliable these days. Okay, same with this side. It's going to be a little bit difficult here because of the mats, but we'll see how we go. If I can get that back a little bit more. Hey, come on, come on. Oh, that's the way. I hate this, but we'll do this. Is it stuck on something? It feels like it's stuck. Or am I just... What? God damn it. Oh, yes, seat sensors. That is another thing. So, another thing that you'll need to note, there are seatbelt sensors at the bottom. So, you'll need to take those off. And as you can see, passenger side is out. Instead of jumping the gun and getting the driver's side off, I'm going to start by getting this seatbelt off. So it looks like we are going to need Phillips head screwdrivers for that. Is it going to fit? It fits. And it turns. Oh, we are lucky. Oh, that one's tough. I really don't want to break these. Oh, it's tight. And it comes off just like that. That is the part number there for this thing. The left hand is 87381 89900. Now the next thing we need, As well as this, we will be retaining this for the seatbelt sensor. We will also need a 14mm to take off this belt. And then, whoop, that was close. Pro tip, the seat is no longer attached to the floor, so if you start like wrenching on it, it's going to fall backwards. Come on. It is really struggling to come out. Those things have not been removed before, that's for sure. Oh fuck, this is hard. It's like, it feels like it's loose, or it could just be slipping. Have I just like, oh fuck, have I've rounded it. Oh no! I freaking rounded it. Don't use the wrong tool for the job, folks. Come on, you got this. Okay, come on. You got this. Oh! I cracked it, boys. That was annoying. This bolt is actually not very strong, so be careful. Now we're going to do the other side, but that is one complete. Oh, sharp metal. Okay. Now we're going to do the exact same thing we did with this chair, but to this chair, which is like easy for the screws because they've never come out before, but for the bolts, they're just super painful. Oh, this one came out easier, surprisingly. This seat, it's like still screwed in with a clip to this, so we kind of just got to pull it out. It's annoying, and I don't like doing this. How does this work? I did the thing. Okay, now, other seat. So a lot has happened, but pretty much getting the chairs in is pretty much the same as getting it out. The only problem is getting the driver's side in because of the position of where it is pretty difficult. I ended up going through the front side of the driver's side to get it in. The GoPro unfortunately ran out of battery, so I could only really show you me struggling to get the passenger side in, and then I just decided to lock in and get the rest of it done, but they're all bolted up now. It's like fairly tight. I probably got to screw that in a bit more and check over all the bolts. But from here, it is pretty tight. I'll check the other side. Headrests will be a little bit shaky because these are not genuine seats, just so you know. So I'll need to screw this in a little bit more. Definitely out the back there needs a bit more. And then it's pretty much done. That's how they look with bride seats in there. Looks pretty baller, and it matches the Nismo shift knob to the Bride Lomax logos. That has been the start of the year project. The next thing on the list is getting this bumper to be not blue and also to be cool. So we'll get onto that later, but thank you guys for watching my video of installing my new seats. See you guys later.